Alright, getting our Easter colors up in here. Light blue, light pink, nice and pastel. Very appropriate for our April showers. Not inserting that other word in there, as much as Rob wants me to. Okay, welcome, welcome. This is going to be the third game casted, not of this series, but of the April Showers tournament hosted by Heartland Hitmen. Check out heartlandstarcraft.com or search for Heartland Hitmen on Google. A lot of fine folk here, and we are going to be seeing a Terran versus Protoss with our Terran, Heartland Hitmen's Parzival, in the bottom left in the light blue. And on the top right, we have Heartland Hitmen's Spectre in the light pink with our beautiful, beautiful pastel Easter colors. This is from our diamond bracket of the tournament. Again, we have 3 brackets. We have our gold, we have our platinum, and we have our diamond. And so far we've seen a platinum game, we've seen a gold game, and now we get to see a diamond game. So we have some high expectations here for our 2 players. I've seen Spectre play, and he has been training with Satan, who is a Masters Terran, who is just seeing those games is absolutely terrifying. Trying to imagine myself in those positions and doing as well as these 2 do. So I am very excited for this game. Barracks off to the side, kind of sneaky. And he might, if he doesn't scout this actually can scare someone into thinking, oh my god, he's going to proxy me. But oh my god, that probe doesn't see it. Spectre is going to be having a heart attack right now. Oh, that barracks is, that is a devious barracks. So now he's going to be searching around for some kind of proxy. And actually, yesterday, Spectre and Satan played a game in which Satan did a Reaper Rush. And so I imagine there were some flashbacks of that coming in for Spectre, but now he's seen that barracks, he knows he's reasonably safe. The heart attack is over. Fun little player right there. He is going to lose the probe. No, he's not. Probe is going to get away. Alright, Parzival going for a very standard 1 racks fast expand. Spectre going for an equally standard 1 gate, possibly fast expand. Though his expansion will be behind Parzival. And he was frantically searching for the proxy racks. That racks placement is pretty devious. You can also put it, say, right down here. You can actually put it right over here. And it was actually called a Macarax back in the day, because there was a player called Maca Prime who used to build his barracks like down to the natural for no reason, and it would be in the most easily scouted location. But occasionally someone wouldn't see it and would freak out. So I like to call it the Macarax in honor of Maca Prime. So we have 2 more barracks coming down. Again, super standard should see 2 gases. No, 1 gas. Alright. And here's the expansion for Spectre, a bit behind where Parzival is. But not all that far. Should see a bit of aggression with the early Zealot. Yeah, the early Zealot moving out, getting that watchtower. Might even be able to poke ahead, because if you get that Zealot and Stalker up here, you can actually do significant damage to somebody trying to build this bunker. But if the Zealot isn't coming right across, it's probably too late at this point. And Parzival should be ready for that. Alright, getting a second gas, and getting a Robo. Likely for an observer to find out what is going on. Also need that observer for those Widowmine drops, which are oh so popular and oh so deadly. Got some Marines building up outside the bunker. Drawing straws, see who gets to go in. Concussive shells coming down before Stim or Combat Shield. It's an interesting choice. Alright, we got our first observer coming out. We will see what he is able to see. And just how Spectre will react to that. And with that earlier command center, we have our Terran actually able to get ahead in the mineral count. For income at least. And he should be able to stay ahead, but the problem is, can he get a third, and can he keep down Spectre's third? Alright, moving out, and this is why he wanted those concussive shells. If he gets one shot off, that Stalker is dead. Oh! Just got away. That is the luckiest Stalker. And the Terran is going to turn around. I'm not sure if he should actually go up or not. And it looks like he is. This is an early push, and he got that concussive shells just for that single Marauder to stop the Stalkers from kiting the Marines, which is actually a beautiful little play. There's some early Marine pressure you can do like this, but Stalkers are usually the answer to that, and with that one Marauder with concussive shells, that stops all those shenanigans. What also stops it, shenanigans, is this photon overcharge, which is going to keep this little army at bay. I love the intent behind it, even if it doesn't quite work out, and there's the Immortal to help kill off that Marauder. But Immortal not so good against Marines. Does not have any reinforcements coming down for this, and he is going to see that with that Zealot at the Watchtower. Oh, those concussive shells is maybe going to take out that Stalker. Will something die? Will anything die? Will that... Okay, the Stalker dies. Something has died, but the Immortal barely survives. 5-kill Immortal. The Immortal laughed at me, saying it's bad at Marines. Takes them out just fine. Do have a robotic support bay coming down for Spectre, going right into those Colossi. Can be very difficult to deal with as Terran if you're not on the lookout for that. Getting a bunker up more towards the ramp. This is going to avoid things like a Protoss army coming up the ramp and cutting across to cut off a third. So likely going to see... Yep, and there's the third command center. So he's going to be looking to take that third very soon. Does he have a starport out, actually? He does not have a starport out, so Colossi are going to be very, very powerful against this. Just now getting that starport going up, and this reactor is going to be going... the starport is going to swap with this factory, able to crank out 2 medevacs at a time, but what he's going to need are Vikings. Because once those Colossi start coming out, just a regular Bioforce is going to have so much trouble. He might even want a second starport when he realizes what's going on, but I don't think he's actually been able to scout this. No, he has not scanned in the base, and he doesn't really have much vision out on the map right now. So he's playing a little blind, which could be dangerous. You know, Spectre has a fair bit of vision, at least taking up this up front, and also an observer right in the back here. Should see a missile turret somewhat soon. Does not have engineering bays, actually. He's not getting any upgrades. Also could be dangerous. Just going for pure macro. Alright, this little force, not very big, but he does have the mothership recall. So when things get bad, he can just recall right out without much problem. He's going to see this third, and he's going to be able to kill a lot of SCVs and shut down mining at this base for some time. Army coming in, trying to intercept. Oh, the time warp. He needs to recall. He needs to recall. He needs to get out of there. There's the recall. At the last possible second. Colossus comes out. Oh. Yes, the Colossus comes out relatively unscathed. So he did lose some Zealots. Killed a sizable chunk of the Bioforce. It's a pretty even trade. Definitely like the idea behind it. But he is going... Yeah, he's going to need that third up very shortly to stay on par with Parzival. Do you see what I did there? I hope you didn't, because that was pretty terrible. Alright, going to need... This army is very... Well, it's 3 Colossi and not all that much else. 3 Colossi, 2 Immortals, 5 Zealots. That is his entire army right now, I believe. 6 Zealots is his entire army. 3 Sentries somewhere. Excuse me, the Sentries are right there. believe they just came in, because a lot of those were slaughtered in that attack. Got a double drop coming in here from Parzival. Supply depot here to watch for counterattacks. Definitely like that. And oh, this drop is going to get possibly intercepted, but there's not really much anti-air, and oh, he has nothing in the main base right now to stop this. These are going to get warped in and die right on the spot. The Colossi can... Actually, Colossi are very, very good at getting from base to base just because of that cliff walk ability. But they're so slow that these medevacs with the boosters are going to be able to run around all over the place. Oh, but he does lose one medevac full of units. This drop got a lot less scary very quickly. So should be able to clean that up. Is now getting the 1-1 upgrades for his bio. He's also getting Vikings with a second starport. Definitely like that. And he is staying ahead in supply, because this third base has really not been touched aside from that first push. And did he just get Warp Gate? If I was that blind, I thought he had gotten it earlier. Whoops. That could have been unfortunate. Does have his third base up and running now. Might see a fourth from Terran? Yes, okay. So Terran is trying to stay a base ahead. Wonder how much vision he has of this. Does still have this scouting factory over here, which is very annoying to deal with. I'm going to reply real quick. Want to cast. How do I whisper? How do I whisper? Okay. So, there we go. We're done. We're good. Alright, army moving out for Parzival. Lots of Marines, lots of Marauders, only 2 medevacs. And upgrades are currently, it's 1-1 for the Terran. It is 0-1 for the Protoss. He's not actually even getting attack upgrade right now. And 2-2 is on the way for Terran, so that is going to be very, very frightening very quickly. You do not want to get behind in upgrades in this. We'll see if you can actually get up there. Enough Stalkers to zone out the Vikings. There's a lot of bio coming in, stimming up. The Force Fields are keeping it back. All the Archons and the Colossi are just too much for that bio to try and brute force its way through. I would love to see a counterattack coming up around on the 3rd with those reinforcements. He's trying to brute force his way up here, but so many Colossi and the Vikings were just not able to get through. The supply is still close. This is a very knife's edge engagement right here. But the longer this goes on, the more those upgrades are going to start kicking in. If he waits for 2-2 and pushes again, he might actually do a significant amount of damage. And here's exactly what I was talking about. Getting that extra attack in, the multi-pronged attack, flanking the Colossi, might be able to snipe them from behind. Can that medevac get out? That medevac is full of units. Not going to be enough. The Colossi are starting to... They have no support anymore. And it might just be enough. He sniped one. One Colossus is down, but oh, those Colossus have been worth their weight in absolute gold. Oh, and yeah, fighting in those chokes was not going to turn out well for the Terran. Still ahead in supply. This 4th base is not up yet, but will be soon. And Spectre, after pushing back that army, is taking a 4th of his own. I think that is a beautiful, beautiful idea. Would love to... 1 hit point medevac. Would love to see that go splat. Is tech switching into High Templar. Had finished Storm a little bit ago. Getting Blink, and 3-3 is now on the way for Terran, but meanwhile, still 0-1 for the Protoss. He needs those upgrades. Death Ball is good, but 3-3 bio is... it is just so terrifying if you do not get the perfect engagement. Especially when you have no upgrades of your own. I'm not even sure if that's really a winnable position. So Spectre needs to get those upgrades out. Where's his forges? Where are his forges? Excuse me. He has 1 forge and is not doing much. Storm has been researched. Where are you, High Templar? Oh, okay, the UI doesn't show up, but yeah, Storm has been researched. And Spectre going very gutsy for another base. But 3-3 Bio is going to be exceptional at sniping out those extra bases. Drops are so much harder to deal with when you don't have that big, big area splash with you to help take that out. And still none, but he's still going for some Colossus. And there are no more Vikings coming out. Though this is a healthy number, I would say. Enough to support a Bio army, and he's just going to snipe this base in seconds. And there's not much the Protoss can do about it. That base is down and out. Does he know about the top left? He does not know about the top left. Another drop down here. He is able to deflect that drop. Basically had to choose between which one he was going to save. I think he made the right decision. And Storm's going down. And that splash damage is the only reason he's being able to push back that almost 3-3 Bio. Still no upgrades of his own. This is very gutsy. Terran's fourth base now landed. And he has still not seen that top left. An errant dropship might be able to catch it out. But really there's no reason for him to scout over there. I would love to see a Marine up there just checking things out and a Marine down here doing the same. Alright, going for a double drop. And a drop up here at the same time. This multi-prong harass. When you have no upgrades as Protoss, this can be just absolutely devastating. Especially if your entire army is out here, this drop can do so much damage. He's going to see this far too late. He might even be able to snipe this Nexus. Protoss is moving out, dealing with that drop, but unable to stop this drop back at home. Nexus is gone. He can pick up and go out, but why would he need to? Because he can just kill everything here. Oh, Scumbag Colossus not moving in. There we go. Colossus is now in the fight, but without any support, it's not going to survive. This drop is just absolutely devastating, and now we have 3-3 Bio against 0-1 Protoss everything. That is not where you want to be as Protoss. That upgrade advantage could be what wins the game. This drop is still not dealt with, and it really can't be without those upgrades, or at least a significant amount of splash damage, which is what that Protoss provides. The Colossus provides, excuse me. That Colossus is absolutely key to driving this drop off. Oh, but these dropships might... No, they're not going to see that top left base. And Protoss is moving in, actually. He's about to get sandwiched from behind. He only has one Colossus. Does have the storms need to be perfect. Right through the choke, running right through those storms. Second storm, not quite as devastating. Third storm, does he have any more? He does have more. More storms going down. Oh my god, those storms are ridiculous. He's still alive, but I don't think he has enough remaining to actually stay alive through this. Supplies are still ridiculously close, though. But the real problem now is the income for Terran is just so much higher with this up and running fourth base. He does have this base in the top left, but he has lost his natural, where he still had a significant amount of minerals and income. He needs to get this base back up, and he needs to get those upgrades going. We have another command center up for Parzival. And just continued Colossus production. And alright, now he's finally starting those upgrades. Getting a second forge and starting that ground. And that was his realization that that he's been missing out on those upgrades. So he is still in this. This is a beautiful, beautiful game. Alright, we have another drop coming in. I think he he does not see it though. He's moving out at the last second, but he does have blink. So he should be able to get back in here. That Colossus is going to need to do a lot, but he might snipe it out without being able to actually see it. The army needs to turn back, and it does. Needs to clean out this drop. Take out those medevacs with the Stalkers, as painful as it is to lose some of those to the Bio. Because with those boosters, they will just harass you all day long. And that drop is finally cleaned up. Another main force is now building up for Parzival in the middle of the map. Plenty of Vikings, 3 more at a time being made. Does have +1 attack on the Vikings for extra Colossus melting potential. To also have quite the bank. I would love to see some more upgrades coming down for Vikings. Also possibly a Ghost Academy and some Ghost production, as well as just more production facilities in general would be fantastic right now to help him max out a lot faster and be able to spend that money that he's been able to get up. Ah, finally that drop in the top left. He has spotted that, and he should be able to take that out. But meanwhile, a huge storms on the Vikings. All the Vikings are going down. All the Colossi are surviving. And these Colossus are just not being dealt with. Vikings could not dodge the storms. And the supply is starting to pull far ahead for Parzival now. Spectre needs another base, and he's trying to get that, but this little Bioforce is going to spot that and should be able to take it out if they don't get distracted by this army up here. Meanwhile, another attack up here. He is just everywhere at once. This should be fended off with those charge lots. And this finally is taken out by the Colossi. So he has two bases that are very far apart that he's going to have to try and hold now. Meanwhile, Parzival has taken the corner base himself. And this base has been pretty much untouched this entire game. So Spectre playing from the back foot, but might be able... Alright, he's still going to be able to hold on to this base. If barely. This factory is still here, scouting things out. No real point in taking it out, though. Viking count has been replenished. One thing, though, there have been not a whole lot of medevacs. Oh, that was definitely a huge victory for the Protoss. Seeing that drop, taking it out, full of units. Nothing left there. This Viking is going to scout out, see what's going on in the top left again. See, hey, do you still have some zealots there? Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll go attack over here. Scan ahead, see that army. Not a lot to stop those Vikings. If he can dodge the storms, which he needs to. Absolutely needs to dodge the storms, but oh, those Colossi are getting two-shotted. Just two volleys from the Vikings is enough to take it out. And he's going to be able to take out this base, no problem. Beautiful move by Parzival. And now with no Colossi, and no Colossi being made, he is now 1-2, with 2-2 about to finish, so he's catching up, but there's just some pretty good storm dodges. Enough of the forces left over, enough of those beefy marauders that can stay through a storm. And this is starting to snowball out of control for Spectre. Zealots again cleaning up. Coming home, and there is the GG. Beautiful game. It was the upgrades that I think really made a huge difference in just how easily Spectre was able to handle or not handle Parzival's multi-pronged drops. Alright. Great game.